So y'all, today we're gonna be reacting to the entire FNAF timeline. And guys, this video is about FNAF. I hope I'm saying it like FuhNaff's, like FuhNaff. And no, I ain't cursed. Y'all know dang well that's literally his name. So mama, if you watching this, you can't beat me. But a lot of you guys have been asking me to watch this video because it's more accurate. And it's actually the canon timeline compared to map packs. And y'all, in the last video, I asked for 60 likes. And I ain't gonna lie, y'all smashed that goal, bro. So I'm gonna challenge y'all even more this time. If you guys get this video to 100 likes, I will play FNAF 1. Bro, I thought that McKenzie. All I ever wanted was a black Grand National. Viewer discretion advised.
Together in one place.
What's going on?
Five Nights at Freddy's is a franchise with over a decade's worth of content,
decade?
spanning countless games, books, and now a movie. There's a reason that no matter whose timeline you watch, they all look different. Making a FNAF timeline is not easy. There are so many ways you can interpret this story, and this is
1993?
So let's start
1983, 1970, god dang, boy! That thing older than my mama. Boy, William Afton gotta be dead, but that boy gotta be about 150. He gotta be 165 years old. William Afton gotta be dead or something, bro.
A company called FazBear Entertainment got its start by creating different props and mascot costumes for carnivals, and specifically for something called the Fall Fest.
Daisy?
The Fall Fest featured various mascot characters, such as a bird, an elephant, and the most popular of all, Fredbear and Bonnie. These specific mascot costumes were so popular, FazBear Entertainment opened a dedicated—
But that bunny look like you're trying to riz us up. Hey, is this Bonnie? No, Bonnie, you can't clap my cheeks. Get out of here!
Restaurant for them called Fredbear's Family Diner, featuring the same Fredbear and Bonnie mascot costumes from the Fall Fest. What FazBear Entertainment didn't account for, though, was one of their animatronics from the Fall Fest going rogue, ending in a giant fire,
that thing had
with most of everything from the Fall Fest being destroyed.
What? Hold on, bro, this is really... Hey, y'all ain't been lying. This junk really animated, ain't it? Bro, did FNAF animate this himself, or does he pay people to do this, bro? Because I ain't gonna lie. This is movie cinematic freaking... The production is crazy. He commissioned? I can't do that. I'm broke. Freddy look like a crack addict. I don't know. He like he sniffed booty or something, bro. The entire FNAF timeline. I gotta stop pausing. This is an hour long.
The specifics about the animatronic that went rogue and the fire are unknown and will likely be revealed next year in FNAF's next big release. Although we don't know much about how this fire occurred, we do know that after the fire, FazBear Entertainment started phasing out of the mascot costume era. They needed something new. The two men who helped found FazBear Entertainment, William Afton and Henry Emily,
William gotta be ugly.
William Afton was mostly the businessman of the two, handling all of the money, while Henry was the more creative one, with him being in charge of building most of the animatronics and props for the company. With the Fall Fest era of the company coming to a close, they were only left with Fredbear's Family Diner, the standalone restaurant created for the Fredbear and Bonnie characters. In order to replace the mascot versions of Fredbear and Bonnie, Henry went to work on new versions of the characters, eventually creating the new Fredbear and Spring Bonnie. The same characters, but with new designs and new suits. Henry
gave Freddy a BBL.
called them Springlock suits. These suits are able to double as both an animatronic and a suit that the employees could wear. To switch the suit from animatronic mode to suit mode, the employees could use a hand crank to pull back the animatronic parts, leaving room for them to climb inside. The Springlocks that were helping to hold back those animatronic parts were very sensitive though, and with even a little bit of moisture, the Springlocks could potentially snap shut, crushing and killing whoever was inside.
Boy, you mean to tell me somebody spit on me, I'ma die? Boy, whoa, bro, what? Bro, so you mean to tell me if my girlfriend pull up and she mad at me for cheating and she just throw a bucket of water on me, I'm gone. Bam,
but if that ended up happening, FazBear Entertainment had some common sense procedures set in place.
I want to clap in the suit.
Spring locks come loose while you're wearing a suit. Please try to maneuver away from populated areas before bleeding out. Not ruin the customer experience.
Don't tell me to do that before bleeding out.
Being super successful for William and Henry, so much so that other companies tried replicating it. Another company proceeded to rip—
I'm dying and you telling me to get away from your customers, so I ain't supposed to be trying to get help. So I supposed to die in the background, put the die in the janitor closet. Five Nights, help me, please. Help me. What to be? I'm dying in the background, and they gonna put somebody else in the suit while I'm dead.
Fredbear's Family Diner ended up being super successful for William and Henry, so much so that other companies tried replicating it. Another company proceeded to rip off Fazbear Entertainment's old mascot characters by creating their own animatronic versions of them. The leader of the group was Ned Bear, a direct copy of Fredbear, followed by a hippo, an elephant, and a frog.
And what happened to them?
Characters from the Fall Fest, and all with slightly different designs to avoid copyright issues. But while the rival company was able to replicate the designs, they could not replicate Henry's state-of-the-art technology. Their robots were poorly made and had to have giant batteries with exposed wires on stage with them. Naturally, the rival company failed and ended up being bought out by Fazbear Entertainment. With all of the success from Fredbear's Family Diner, William and
said you trying to steal our customers, you trying to steal my business, y'all little I'm gonna buy your company, boy, and take your jobs. You ain't gonna have nothing, you broke. Big bankroll, really? Okay, Willie. Okay.
With all of the success from Fredbear's Family Diner, William and Henry decided to branch out and create more characters for a new restaurant.
So Henry and William made them together.
Opened Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, featuring Freddy Fazbear, Bonnie, Chica, and Foxy. With the opening of Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, Fazbear Entertainment was experiencing success like they've never seen before. But with two restaurants now open at the same time, more success also meant more work for William and Henry. The duo were so wrapped up in work that they started neglecting their own families.
Somebody gonna kill
was the
himself.
father of 3 kids, the eldest, Michael, the crying child, and Elizabeth. The
crying child? You can't come up with a name, so you name your child Crying Child? So you mean to tell me your wife had this baby, and you said, man, his name, man. We gonna name him Crying Child. He cried too much. Michael and Elizabeth got names, but Crying Child. Bro, William be like, man, why does keep crying? Shut up!
Crying Child has yet to have a 100% confirmed name. So for this video, he will just be called the Crying Child. Meanwhile, Henry had 1 kid, a daughter named Charlie. The business partners spent most of their days working, so they both created different ways of taking care of their kids. Henry was the robotics genius, so he used his talents to create a new animatronic for him. It was called the security puppet. This animatronic would sit by the door of Freddy Fazbear's Pizza and make sure that Charlie wasn't able to leave the building. This made it so Charlie could play at the restaurant while Henry worked, without Henry having to worry about her leaving the building or getting kidnapped. The robot was linked directly to a green bracelet that Charlie was wearing. If Charlie, wearing the green bracelet, tried leaving the building, the security puppet would spring into action. William, on the other hand, was the businessman of the company. He cared more about making money, but also saving money. Naturally, he decided to just force his eldest son Michael to babysit while he was at work. Michael was mostly
Bankroll really can't afford no babysitter, so they making all this money and got their kids sitting with the animatronic. Bankroll really had Michael over there like, if you want toys, watch your brother and sister, Michael.
He decided to just force his eldest son Michael to babysit while he was at work. Michael was mostly in charge of babysitting the Crying Child. The Crying Child didn't have many friends, but he did have a close relationship with his plushies. These plushies were of characters from his favorite show, Fredbear and Friends, Fazbear Entertainment's newest cartoon, featuring Fredbear, Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, and Foxy. The Crying Child's favorite character, though, was Fredbear. He especially loved his Fredbear plushie. Although he loved the plushie version of the characters, the animatronics would soon become a different story. One day, while visiting Fredbear's Family Diner, the Crying Child saw something that would scar him for the rest of his life. While wandering the restaurant, he walked by the employees only room, where an employee accidentally left the door open. Inside the room was his father, William Afton, helping another employee into a spring Bonnie suit. But through the eyes of the Crying Child, this looked like someone was literally being stuffed into an animatronic suit.
He gave his son PTSD and schizophrenia, bro. He done ruined his son. He scarred his child for life. Bro, hold on. Big William, why you leave the door, bro? You need to fire whoever left that door open. Bro, his child is he gonna be having dreams. I have them, bro. He gonna be having nightmares for the rest of his life, bro. Bro, I already been crying, bro. What we gonna do now? Yell!
The child was so young that he wasn't educated on how the mascot characters worked. So seeing a human be put inside of one terrified him. When a child experiences something traumatic, their brain naturally tries finding ways to deal with that trauma. The Crying Child's way of dealing with his trauma was by creating an imaginary friend. This imaginary friend took the form of the object he loved the most, his Fredbear plushie. His new imaginary friend Fredbear followed him wherever he went, shape-shifting into flowers, hiding behind cars, and in the sewers, with nobody being able to see him except for the crying child. When the crying child was overwhelmed, the plushie would talk to him and try to calm him down. Even when the plushie wasn't around, it was still able to speak to him because it lived in his mind. While the crying child was dealing with the trauma of seeing what he thinks was someone being stuffed into a suit, his brother Michael was only making it worse. Michael knew about what happened with his younger brother and used it against him. Every day while babysitting the crying child.
Bro, yeah, Michael. Hey, somebody just subscribed. Thank you, Danielle, for the sub. Welcome to the Keyblade Master family. I'm gonna keep that in so you can see it. Shout out to you, Danielle. Fam, bro, Michael is a butt, bro. I ain't gonna lie, to the type of child you beat, bro. But I'll beat, boy, you know what I'll do to Michael, boy? Michael, why you tell your brother that, boy? Michael, what you scaring your brother for? Now I'm gonna get a bell on your ass. Michael, don't mess with me, Michael. Michael, don't play with me, Michael. Who's scared, bro? Your brother is freaking traumatized. Too soft. He's gonna be too soft when I'm done with it. Wait, forget I said that. He's taking that out.
Dealing with the trauma of seeing what he thinks was someone being stuffed into a suit, his brother Michael was only making it worse. Michael knew about what happened with his younger brother and used it against him. Every day while babysitting the crying child, Michael would put on a foxy mask, hide somewhere in the house, and jump scare his little brother.
And that's why he wears that foxy mask. That's why he wears the mask. That's why I always wondered, why doesn't Michael show his face? Why doesn't Michael, like, I've never seen Michael's face. Like, in all the videos we watch, I've never seen his face, bro. Michael need a good butt, bro. He need a butt whooping. He need to get his room beat. What the freak? Where we at? That's a lava lamp. I always wanted one of them. Okay. What? Hey, I ain't gonna lie. While he gone, let's steal his lava lamp. Probably too broke to get one. Okay. That's a big back TV, boy. TV got a bigger back.
From the pizzeria to your living room, you no longer have to wait to sing and dance with Fredbear and friends.
I never wanted to dance with him.
7 Central, only on.
Oh shoot, what's going on? Hey, who there? Hey, Michael, don't play with me, boy. I'm gonna kill you. Michael. Michael? Boy? Boy? Matter of fact, I'm about to beat this dude. The freak is going. Hey! But you can hear his heart racing. You can hear his heart. He got a flashlight. Ah! I'll be right back. So you want to play with mask with your brother, huh? So you want to play with mask and scare your brother? Hey, Michael, you want to play with mask? Hey, he's scared of Freddy. You want to play with mask, Michael? Michael, you want to play with mask? Michael. Michael, I'm about to beat you. When I'm done with you, you ain't gonna have no lung. You're no longer be collapsed. You're gonna need a kidney when I'm done with you with this. You're dead, buddy. Bend over, Michael. Did he just kill his brother?
The crying child's imaginary friend Fredbear would comfort him and talk him through the situation, saying, "You know he is hiding again. Be careful. Tomorrow is another day." Michael wasn't the only one bullying the crying child, though.
Who else?
The local kids in the neighborhood heard about why the crying child was so scared of the pizzeria.
Who
even
telling
making
them
up
this?
fake rumors related to what the crying child thought he saw there. You'd better watch out. I hear they come to life at night.
Boy, you don't shut your...
And if you die,
Bro.
they hide your body and never tell anyone.
Huh? She eats the brisk off of the toothbrush.
But all of this bullying would come to
They
a head
told him?
on one special day, the crying child's birthday. Ironically, his birthday party was being held at Fredbear's family diner. Because he was so terrified of being... His birthday party was being held at Fredbear's family diner. Because he was so terrified of being at the pizzeria, he hid under the table, not knowing that Michael and his friends were nearby, planning a prank that would go terribly wrong.
What happened? Did he shoot him? Saint, what's up? What is going on?
Fredbear and Spring Bonnie.
Oh, nah.
5 minutes.
Bro. Now, Michael tripping. Michael. Oh my, don't look, you look to your left. Oh no, you went right. Oh my goodness, where Foxy at? Ah! Bro, what is going on? Bro, what is he doing? No!
Michael and his friends lifted the crying child up to, quote, give Fredbear a big kiss, and Fredbear bit down on him, leaving his body to go limp. Michael and
You mean to tell me this dude was tortured by not only everybody in the town, but his brothers as well? And they all just got together and just freaking, bro, this poor little baby, this kid, bro, he's a crying, they didn't even, bro, low key, they didn't even care about him. They called him the crying child. You know, as an older brother, you know, you're supposed to be a role model to your younger brother. You're supposed to be, some big brothers are their little brothers' role models, bro. Their little brothers look up to them. And fam, I don't like Michael. Bro, I hate Michael more than I hate Big Willie now. For your big brother and these freaking, bro, these losers who obviously freaking, bro, they don't even got fingers, fam. That's how dysmorphic they is. Dude right here look halfway dead. Fam right here, bro, I don't know what's going on with him. Michael got to see me with the hands. Michael got to scrap with me. Me and Michael right after this, bro, after they, like, see if he alive or if he's dead or not, me and Michael gonna go outside in the hospital parking lot and we scrapping. We gonna fight. Since he like Foxy so much, he really gotta have 3 teeth in his mouth. Where's Charlie at anyway?
Friends quickly stopped
Where's
laughing.
Charlie?
Because of Michael's immature behavior, his terrified younger brother paid the
It should have been you, Michael.
Although the crying child was badly...
Bro, dang! I feel like I'm part of this family, bro. And I'm like, I'm mad.
His terrified younger brother paid the ultimate price.
Bro.
Although the crying child was badly hurt, he didn't immediately die. Because of the immense brain damage, he slipped into a coma. After being treated at a hospital,
coma?
the crying child was taken home so he could be comfortable, surrounded by his only friends, his plushies. In the crying child's final moments, Michael decides to apologize for what he's done, saying, "Can you hear me? I don't know if you can hear me. I'm sorry." After Michael speaks, the crying child's imaginary friend Fredbear, created out of the trauma he experienced, continues doing what it's done the whole time. It comforts him, saying, "You're broken. We are still your friends. Do you still believe that? I'm still here. I will put you back together." This would be the final thing the crying child hears before he dies. The crying child's spirit would then live on in the Fredbear suit, the thing that took his life. The crying child's death wasn't just an accident. It was
Bro, my man about to cry, and his spirit went into Fredbear, the animatronic. So that Fredbear we saw that bit his head off, Michael is in, no, the crying child is inside of him. Y'all gotta understand, bro. I'm sorry I'm getting too emotional over this, bro. But as somebody that got bullied in my life, bro, I got bullied freaking my whole life. And to see this go down, bro, and to see your own brother, bro, like your brother is bullying you too. Like, bro, imagine how hurt he was. Everybody else in the town bullied him. Then he had to come home to his brother doing the same thing. As a victim of bullying, bro, and watching this kid go all around town being bullied, bro. And I really feel like it was Michael that told them kids in that town. I'm not gonna lie, I feel like it was Michael that did it. I feel like Michael, bro, who would have, I know this is fake, bro. I know this is all fiction. But, bro, imagine how dirty and evil you have to be to play on your little brother's traumatic experience and what he has been through and what scarred him. You played on his fears, and it gave you like it was like an adrenaline boost. He played on his brother's fears and really thought it was fun. Think about how, bro, that's so low, bro. This is like, bro, I don't know. Then having the nerve to apologize. So he had to take him nearly dying for you. Actually, he did die for you to feel bad and say sorry. What is that sorry gonna do? He's dead.
It's directly caused by Michael's recklessness. This is something that Michael could potentially face jail time for, so it needed to be covered up. Since the crime child was being kept at home, no one else knew that he ended up passing away. So William and Michael ended up burying the crime child's body in the middle of the woods where no one would find him. No tombstone, no flowers, just a pile of dirt, an unmarked grave, and
And William really he didn't have a funeral, bro. Did he at least bury him with his toys, his plushies? Did he at least, bro? Oh my goodness.
Lifetime's worth of guilt that Michael would have to live with. Shortly after the incident, Fredbear's Family Diner was quickly shut down, and Fredbear was completely wiped from existence. The Fredbear and Friends TV show turned into Freddy and Friends on tour. The Fredbear and Spring Bonnie Springlock suits also ended up being moved into the back room of Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, mainly being used as spare suits if one of the Freddy's animatronics broke down. The death of William Afton's youngest son was a pivotal moment in this story. Specifically, William Afton's story. This was the first domino to fall. A father losing his son is a traumatic situation, and while any other father would take time to grieve, be sad, and properly deal with such a big loss, William Afton took a different route. Afton definitely was upset about his son dying, but it wasn't because he felt bad for his son. It was because it was embarrassing to him. William Afton was a narcissist. He had little to no empathy. All he cared about was work and comparing himself to his business partner, Henry. Henry had a wife, a kid, and a talent for robotics that Afton was utterly jealous of. The death of
his wife had to have been a baddie then, boy. If he jealous, y'all work for the same company. What you jealous for, boy? Hey, she had to have a fatty on her, boy. For him to get jealous of his wife, his freaking kid. You got 2 kids, he only got 1. And you still jealous? Boy, hey, his wife been Beyonce or something. She had a, they been, hey, boy, that thing been jiggling, boy. And that thing had to been right. Nobody told you to marry that, whatever she is.
Over the edge, because while Henry's family was still perfect, his was now broken.
You didn't care about him anyway.
Had different ways of taking care of their kids. And while Afton employing his eldest son failed, Henry's security puppet succeeded. Henry's daughter, Charlie, lived on. Afton had a hard time dealing with this feeling of embarrassment. He started
hold on. What?
Charlie's eldest son failed. Henry's security puppet of their kids. And while Afton employing his eldest son failed, Henry's security puppet succeeded. Henry's daughter, Charlie, lived on. Afton had a hard time dealing with this feeling of embarrassment. He started becoming an alcoholic, frequently visiting the local bar. One night, though, after drinking a little too much and getting kicked out of the bar, he decided that he was going to settle the score with Henry. Afton...
By the scrap! Bro got drunk out the Hennessy? That Don Julio and started scrapping? Hold on, now I ain't no Big Willie had that in him now.
Filled with rage, drove from the bar to Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, where he knew Charlie was being watched over by Henry's security puppet. Afton planned on risking everything to kill Henry's daughter, Charlie. He didn't care if he got caught, and he didn't care if he went to prison. But when Afton got to Freddy's, he noticed that Charlie was standing outside by herself. It turned out that some bullies were able to trap the security puppet in its box and lock Charlie outside the building, giving Afton the perfect opportunity to kill Charlie outside of the pizzeria. The security...
Are you serious, bro? Are you freaking serious, bro? Bro, her daddy owns the shop and y'all bullying her. Bro, this is getting to me. Oh my goodness. I hate bullies, bro. I really feel like bullies should face life in prison, bro. Or they should go to jail. And I feel like if you are a bully, bro, you should be put in jail so you could be taught, so you could be treated the same way you treated your victims, bro. I feel like you should experience how it feels to be belittled. Because, bro, it hurts. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like you should be put in a place where you're gonna experience where you've been for what you did to that person.
The puppet was eventually able to escape its box and went looking for Charlie. As Afton sped away, the puppet noticed that Charlie was outside in the pouring rain. It then did what it was programmed to do and went to protect her.
Charlie?
But as the puppet got closer to Charlie's body, the rain started making it short circuit. It was forced to crawl its way over to her until the rain got to be too much, and the puppet shut down right next to Charlie's body. While Charlie and the puppet lay lifeless next to each other, Afton was speeding home, driving right past where he buried his son and the bar he got kicked out of. When Afton got home, he was met with his wife sitting in the living room watching.
Ain't nobody told you to marry that ugly, the thing-looking woman. Nobody told you to marry E.T. off crack. Ain't nobody told you to go marry freaking Baraka from Mortal Kombat. Nobody told you to do that. You rich. Go get you a baddie. You probably ugly yourself. Your partner look like you a homeless man. Bump you, bro.
TV and Michael in his bedroom. Afton was a drunk and abusive father and fully blamed Michael for what happened to his youngest son. Mrs. Afton tells him to leave Michael alone because he's had a tough day, but Afton doesn't listen. He goes over to Michael's room and pounds on the door, only for the door to be locked. He then makes his way around the house to try and find a way in from the outside. But once he gets to Michael's bedroom window, he notices that it's broken. Michael was gone. Michael was so upset by what he did to his brother that he would sometimes see visions of Fredbear appear and disappear. Tonight, Fredbear appeared outside his bedroom window, and it almost felt like his brother was calling out to him from behind.
That boy hunting his brother. That boy, what a boy crying child gangster. That boy say, you gonna kill me? I'ma hunt you for the rip of that. I like that energy, boy. That's gangster, boy. Alright, okay. Okay, crying child. I like that now, boy. I ain't gonna lie, I'll make him kill his son. I'ma hunt you kill me. I bet. You're gonna see me in the mirror.
This would happen frequently, and every time it did, Michael would run to the spot where he buried his younger brother, only to find that nothing had changed. His younger brother was still gone and buried in the ground.
I'm gonna hunt you till you
die.
die.
Michael did this often, saying, ran off to that place again. He will be sorry when he gets back. The guilt of killing his younger brother haunted Michael in his real life, but also in his dreams. Michael would constantly have nightmares about the animatronic that took his brother's life. These were the exact same nightmares his younger brother used to have every night, now passed on to him.
Oh yeah, you getting it now, boy. Yeah, we here. And I don't feel bad for you. Yeah. Don't run from it. Come take it. Come on. Get him. Get him. I ain't even gonna jump. Get him. Beat. Get him. Let's go. Run up on him. I like that. Yeah, you see him right there. Yeah. Get him. No. Don't grab no flashlight. No. We gonna kill you. Come on in. Come on. Yeah, go ahead out there. Oh, you see him? You see him? Yeah, Fred. I'm behind you, boy. I'm behind you. I'm still in here. What's up? What good, gangster? I'm here. You wanna kill somebody, right? Well, I'ma kill you. Come on, open it up. Hey, how you doing, brother? Hey. Yeah, I like that.
Charlie, Fazbear Entertainment tried their best at covering it up. Fortunately for them and for William, the crime was committed outside, where no one was around to witness it. William was able to get away with everything, while Fazbear Entertainment never spoke of the incident again. The security puppet was quickly moved to the back room.
Wait. That was Henry Emily's only child, innit it? Henry had Charlotte. He didn't have any other kids. The other kids was the bully. Yeah, so Michael is, William is a nurse. He really a narcissist. He had 2 other kids. And he really didn't care about the crying child. He did not care, bro. So why did he have to kill Charlotte? He just basically killed Charlotte because he lost a child. So he made sure Henry lost one too. So when he lose, he want Henry to lose as well. Think about that. Well, if I'ma lose, you're gonna lose too. Whatever I lose, you're gonna lose as well. So if William got a divorce, he would have freaking killed or tried to sleep with Henry's wife. Even though he ugly, I don't think that happened. Hey, William is not getting away with that. Nah.
Freddy Fazbear's
He too
Pizza,
ugly for
where
her.
the retired Fredbear and Spring Bonnie suits resided. But something was different about the security puppet. Dark tears now appeared on the mask of the animatronic. Dark tears that weren't there before. This is something that Afton quickly noticed the next day. When
Charlie was crying!
He'd heard about what happened.
Charlie was
after he
crying!
sped off. He knew the security puppet was found laying next to Charlie's body.
Wasn't
does that
Charlie
mean
crying before she
Charlie's
died?
soul now resided in the puppet? William definitely noticed that the puppet looked different, almost like it was haunted, almost like it was thinking.
Don't
Other
get scared
employees would
now!
eventually notice the same thing.
I'll be honest, I never liked that puppet thing. It's always thinking, and it can go anywhere.
After realizing the security puppet
Go
may
anywhere,
be
you a
possessed
killer.
by
We
the
don't
spirit
care
of
what you
Charlie, Afton went back and looked at the crying child's Fredbear plushie, only to find that it also seemed to be haunted. The crying child feared for his life every single day, and that plushie was something he was able to cry and pour his agony into. Afton believed that this is what caused the plushie to appear haunted. It wasn't made alive by the spirit of his son, it was made alive by the agony and fear his son poured into it. Afton quickly became obsessed with the concept of haunted objects, and more specifically, the power of human emotion. He needed to find out if this is something he could take advantage of. Afton then used all of his money he made from Fredbear.
So bro really saw his son crying with this puppet, thinking that his son put all his trauma and all his like pain into the puppet. I mean the plushie, and thought it was haunted because his son did that. And decided, oh, I want everything else to be this way. This is cool. I like this. Who the freak wants haunted objects? There's something's wrong with this guy, bro. I don't think he got a brain, bro. He owns something. I don't know what it is. But bro, he ain't even got, bro, y'all realize he ain't got no pupils?
Bears and Freddy Fazbear's Pizza to build a giant underground facility directly under his house. It was here that he would try to recreate what happened with his son, to recreate the fear and agony he experienced. In order to do this, Afton didn't take any chances. He needed to replicate exactly what his son went through.
He gotta
every
kill
day.
other kids.
In order to do this, Afton built a replica of his house underground, along with his son's daily walk to Fredbear's family diner. He also built a makeshift bedroom where he could force kids to have the same nightmare every night. Afton would sit in his office watching them on the cameras. Cameras that could be accessed using the passcode 1983, the year his son got bit. He also kept the crying child's Fredbear plushie on the desk as a reminder of what he was trying to replicate.
What?
In the makeshift bedroom, there were dummy animatronics that wheeled down the hallway.
Now he owns something, bro.
But the kids wouldn't see them as just blank dummies on wheels. Afton would pump hallucinogenic gas into the room to get the kids to think that what they were seeing was a monster.
Making the kids
These nightmare gas canisters were being stored all throughout his underground facility. And on the bed of this makeshift bedroom was a Freddy plushie, in the hopes that the kids would pour their fear and agony into the plush.
So he was trying to force
his plushie. On the other side of the bunker, where Afton recreated the crying child's walk to Fredbear's, he placed a bunch of Fredbear plushies all over the place. These Fredbear plushies had walkie-talkies inside of them. This was Afton's way of recreating his son's imaginary friend that would talk to him wherever he went. Afton would speak to the kids through his walkie-talkie sitting in his private office.
Bro, do you know how evil this is? Who the freak built all this? Bro, for somebody to, y'all gotta think, ain't no way he did all this by himself, y'all. Somebody had to sit here and say, you know what? I'm gonna help this weird purple looking man build an underground house and an underground with all these bears around it. In these other rooms, I guess he didn't want to remodel his basement.
After setting up the bunker, Afton was only missing one more thing. The kids. After setting up the bunker, Afton was only missing one more thing. He needs to die. The kids to run these experiments on. He needed a way to kidnap and capture kids without being caught, and he had the perfect way to do it.
How?
The show will begin momentarily. Everyone, please stay in your seats.
Oh, I'm sitting down, Mama. What's up with you?
And the Funtime animatronics. These,
bro, I ain't gonna lie, but that one in the back got me. But I want that. I need that in my life. But I want in the back. Boy, who that in the back? That kind of fat.
Specifically built by Afton to capture kids, featuring Circus Baby,
Hey,
Funtime
Circus.
Freddy,
What's up?
Funtime Foxy,
What's
and
up?
Ballora. They feature
What about
advanced
Bon Bon?
technologies such as parental
about
tracking,
the OG?
voice mimicking / luring, and storage tanks.
6
Circus
foot.
Baby, the star of the group, was
350.
even able to make ice cream as a way to lure kids to her. Once the kid
You
got
gotta do
too
that.
close, a giant claw would
Wait.
reach out.
See me, bro. That's a sign. That's a testament to how far FNAF has come, bro. Cause think about this, y'all. All before water could not touch the freaking suits, bro. If water touched the suits, it killed the person in it. Now they making ice cream, bro. So now if the liquid hit it, think about that, y'all. The liquid hit it, it ain't gonna die. So obviously, they good. Cause the ice cream melt, she ain't dead. I know the ice cream not melt on her. So she probably good. LeBron still winning that fight. What are you talking about?
As a way to lure kids to her. Once the kid
Bro,
got too
and she
close,
got a fan in her
giant claw
stomach.
would reach out, grab them, and lock them in the animatronics storage tank. Some of the
What's
board
up?
members from Fazbear Entertainment were suspicious of these new animatronics.
Bro.
She can dance. She can sing. She's equipped with a built-in helium tank for inflating balloons right at her fingertips.
Bro, they should have known he been the killer when you heard his voice. This is the sound of a killer. Listen to how he talk. Bro, talk like he's speaking in riddle.
She's equipped with a built-in
Listen to
helium
this, bro.
tank for inflating balloons right at her fingertips. She
bruh.
can take song requests.
That's a
she
killer
can even
right
dispense ice cream.
With all due respect, those aren't the design choices we were curious about, Mr. Afton.
Huh?
Afton even created a new
Who is he
restaurant
talking
for these
about?
animatronics.
Yo, who is he talking to? Who is he talking to, y'all? Who is this right here?
We're curious about Mr. Afton.
Who is this?
Afton even created a new restaurant for these animatronics called Circus Baby's Pizza World.
What's up with this
Elizabeth,
man and
William
pizza?
Afton's daughter, was fascinated by Circus
That was
Baby.
some
All
macaroni
she
and
wanted to do
cheese.
was play with her, but Afton wouldn't let her.
Daddy,
It's
why
Charlotte!
won't you let me play with her? You let the other children go see her. Why won't you let me go?
He
Charlie,
strictly
get
told
away!
her to stay away from the animatronic.
Charlie!
But one day, she didn't listen.
Charlie,
On the
no!
opening day of Circus Baby's Pizza
Charlie!
World, another domino would fall in Afton's
No!
life, and Elizabeth would
No!
soon be the victim of his terrible misdeeds.
Daddy,
No!
why won't you let me play with her? You let the other children go see her. Why won't you let me go?
He strictly told her to stay away from the animatronic, but one
No!
day she didn't listen. On the opening day of Circus Baby's
He
Pizza
went
World,
for two.
another domino would fall in Afton's life, and Elizabeth would soon be the victim of his terrible misdeeds.
No, bro.
I can do something special. Did you know that?
Bro making his own
I can make
ops.
ice cream. Although I only did it once.
I'm lactose
What a
intolerant.
wonderful day, though. I was in a small room with balloons and a few tables. I would always count the children. I'm not sure why. They usually played together in groups of 2 or 3. There were 4, then 3,
No!
then 2, then 1. Time to play.
I don't want to play with you. Hey, why you going over there for? I don't want to hug. You 350, what if you fall on me? I ain't trying to die. Oh, no. Ah, no. Yeah, I might swerve in that corner. She's tweaking. Oh, no. Oh, yeah. Oh, my God.
Something happened when there was 1. I was no longer myself.
Of course you ain't yourself. You ain't a whole human. I was no longer myself. Bro, and what pisses me off the most that they keep smiling. Stop smiling at me.
There was screaming for a moment, but only for a moment.
In an instant,
What are you supposed to
Elizabeth
do?
was grabbed by
Yay!
Circus Baby and thrown into her stomach hatch. The sheer force of her being grabbed and thrown into the robot's storage tank was enough to kill her almost instantly. This
What?
is something that William wasn't able to test. That was until his daughter became the test. William Afton now lost another one of his kids, but this time it was all his fault.
Exactly, bro, you creating your ops. Dog is really freaking, bro. You know how people, they got ops for people they don't like. Dude is making his ops. and they becoming the people that he don't like. Dude, just chill out.
One day of being
Retire,
open,
go
Circus
home.
Baby's Pizza World was shut down. Afton covered up the incident by telling the public that the restaurant shut down due to gas leaks. But not everyone bought that story. The local newspaper wrote about the incident, saying, in other news, the grand opening of Circus Baby's Pizza World has apparently been canceled due to reported gas leaks in the building. So
that means that they ain't even open. They ain't even get to open the restaurant. So he just spent about 10 mil on the, what? Bro, William gotta be William.
Sources close to the establishment questioned the report,
bro, go buy
saying
a
that
boat or
strange
something.
activity around the area at night suggests something else is to blame. One local is quoted as saying, "Everything just stopped. There was so much excitement built around this place opening, and then they just stopped talking about it." A tenant from across the street claims to have witnessed a large group of cars surrounding the building during the night, and large pieces of equipment being taken out of the building under tarps. A few weeks later, the building was for sale. There is no comment yet from the local entrepreneur who financed the
nobody
venture.
ain't
That
buying
local
that.
entrepreneur, William Afton, successfully covered up everything. He was able to
Bro.
bring Circus Baby and the Funtime animatronics back down into his bunker. But once he got them there, he noticed something was different about Circus Baby. One distinct feature about Circus Baby was her blue eyes. But what once was blue eyes now were green, the same color as Elizabeth's. In that moment, he knew that his daughter's soul attached itself to the robot.
Bro, you
Her
about to be
soul-
hunted by your son and your daughter. You might as well go to kill Michael. Bro, who he gonna kill this time? Who is he? Who could he possibly kill this time, bro, to get back at him? Bro,
lived on in
Henry-
Circus Baby.
bro.
Afton knew that the way Charlie went on to possess the puppet was sloppy, and it was
Bro.
hard to recreate without getting caught. But what if the kids' bodies were hidden where no one would ever look? What if, just like his daughter, their bodies were stuffed into the animatronics? For Afton, Elizabeth's death quickly went from just another inconvenience to a scientific breakthrough. Afton was one step closer to harnessing the power of life itself. But one successful experiment wasn't enough. Just like the fear experiments he built in the bunker, he needed to replicate exactly what happened. He needed to recreate the accident. And he knew exactly how he was going to do it. Using the Funtime animatronics again wasn't an option. Circus Baby's Pizza World was shut down, and the public was already getting too suspicious of the animatronics. But he didn't need the Funtime animatronics. He was going to run the experiment himself. On June 26, 1985, William Afton made his way to Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. There, he would put on the old spring Bonnie suit from Fredbear's to lure 5 kids into the back room.
Y'all said that was his first suit he made, right? That's the first suit he ever designed, right?
Took a swim with my new
Who that supposed to be, y'all? My fun day? What is this? Daddy, is that you? Daddy? What's going on? What we doing? Oh, no, that ain't your daddy, girl. That's not your daddy. I don't know, bro. Oh, no, that Big Willie. No. Oh, my goodness. Look over.
Looking for a friend?
No!
The water's clear, come swim with me.
Bro, he just out here sniping. No. So he lured 4 kids in. From what I'm seeing right now, 1 Freddy, 2 Bonnie, 3 Chica, 4 Foxy. He lured 4 kids in with 4 different plushies. The same way. And he, bro, if he...
One by one, Afton killed them and stuffed their bodies into the animatronics.
Bro!
Susie was first, being stuffed
Susie?
into
Okay,
Chica.
Susie.
Gabriel went into Freddy, Jeremy
Gabriel,
into Bonnie,
Jeremy.
Fritz into Foxy.
Fritz. It sound like Frito-Lays. Do y'all know how evil you have to be to kill kids? Like innocent kids, bro. Kids that don't have like an evil bone in their body, bro. You know, like kids sometimes like, and they look like they was young kids. Cause think about it. Man, F the kids. Bro, y'all think about this. Think about how innocent these kids were, bro. They were young little kids. They didn't really know any better or what. They really were just trying to have fun, bro. And this, whatever he is, bro, I don't like, bro.
And then there was Cassidy, who went into Fredbear, aka Golden Freddy. At this point, Afton had no idea that the crying child spirit was in Golden Freddy, so he didn't think twice about shoving Cassidy in there. The way Afton killed Cassidy, though, was different from the rest.
What did he do?
Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, and Foxy were just regular animatronics. Afton had no choice but to kill them, then stuff them into the suits. But Golden Freddy wasn't just a regular animatronic.
Wait. So, y'all, are the kids in their stomachs? Like how his daughter went into Circus Baby's stomach?
It was a Springlock suit. The same Springlock suit that took his youngest son's life. Afton was aware of how dangerous the Springlocks were. Any bit of moisture or too much movement would cause them to snap shut, slowly killing whoever was inside.
He put her in that suit.
So that's exactly what
put that little girl in the...
He put him into the suit and watched as the Springlocks snapped shut, cementing Cassidy's death as the most brutal of them all. Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, Foxy, and Golden Freddy weren't the only most brutal of them all. Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, Foxy, and Golden Freddy weren't the only animatronics sitting in the back room of Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, though. They were joined by the security puppet, which contained the soul of Henry's daughter, Charlie. Once Afton was gone, Charlie jumped into action, almost acting as a guide for their souls, properly giving them life inside of each
Charlie is helping him?
After the incident, the kids were quickly reported missing by their families. And although the security cameras caught Afton luring the kids away, he wasn't able to fully get in trouble. Since he was wearing the Spring Bonnie suit, they were never able to prove it was actually him.
Who else is it? Who else is it with these suits? Bro, it's only 2 people with these type of suits and stuff, bro. Henry and freaking William. Henry and William. Those 2. Nobody else got them suits, y'all. Nobody. Who else? Who the freak it is? Mickey Mouse? Who else could it be? Is a LeBron in the suit? It's supposed to be LeBron? Charlie's helping the kids. How's she helping the kids by putting them in the freaking...
Afton also hid the kids' bodies where no one would ever look, so the bodies were never found. Unbelievably, Afton was able to get away with yet another crime. Because of all the bad press that came from the missing children's incident, people stopped coming to the pizzeria. After months of customers no longer showing up, Fazbear Entertainment officially shut down Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. Shortly after the pizzeria shut down, Afton decided to pull the Funtime animatronics out of retirement and finally get his underground facility.
If they were to put all his crimes together, how many years y'all think he getting? Let's be real, bro. He getting life. He getting the death chair. I'm not gonna lie.
Funtime animatronics out of retirement and finally get his underground facility fully operational. He knew he couldn't try opening another Circus Babies restaurant, so he had a new idea.
Due to the massive success,
why didn't they kill him?
The unfortunate closing of Freddy Fazbear's
Why wouldn't they kill William?
The stage was set.
Why wouldn't they get together?
Intended for another contender in children's entertainment. Unlike most entertainment venues, our robotic entertainers are rented out for private parties during the day.
Afton opened Circus Babies Entertainment and Rental. This way, he could rent out the Funtime animatronics to local birthday parties, capture kids, and bring them back to his underground bunker to be experimented on. While Afton was running his rental business, Fazbear Entertainment was determined to try opening another pizzeria. In the summer of 1987, Fazbear Entertainment opened the new and improved Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, this time with brand new versions of their original characters. These were called the Toy Animatronics.
Go back real quick. Dang! There comes BBL Chica. BBL Chica. I knew that how it sound when she walking.
Brand new versions of their original characters. These were called the Toy Animatronics, and they were once again built by Henry. Henry was aware of what happened in 1995,
Henry, you got some good
especially
taste,
of what
boy.
happened to his daughter. So he was determined to make sure that never happened again. These new
Henry's
toy
a good
animatronics were equipped with facial recognition systems that were linked directly to a criminal database.
They got iPhones.
The security puppet was also brought out of retirement, but instead of working security, it sat quietly in the prize corner. Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, Foxy, Golden Freddy, and Spring Bonnie were also moved to the new pizzeria, and it's revealed that these animatronics were mostly used for spare parts.
What? I'm sure you've noticed the older models.
So they break something, they use them.
Those are from the previous location, and we just use them for parts now. The idea at first was to repair them, but they were just so ugly, you know? the smell.
This means that the haunted metal of the original Freddy's animatronics was now being put into the toy animatronics, causing the toys to also now be possessed.
Is it the same kids from the other toy, the animatronics? Are the same kids still in their bodies?
After Afton got away with the first set of murders, he needed to see if the kids' spirits were possessing the animatronics. In order to see for himself, Afton went back to work at the new pizzeria as a daytime security guard.
Hey, yeah, that boy on crack, y'all. He on something, boy. Yeah, that thing tearing him up, boy. That boy tear up, y'all. He fight back, William. Fight back, dog. Bro, his hand looked like a sniper.
Afton was working the day shift. Jeremy Fitzgerald was working the night shift. Jeremy worked there for 5 nights, and unfortunately for him, because the kids possessing the animatronics were killed by an adult, they were extremely aggressive to any adult they encountered.
And that's why they...
Kids just fine, but when they encounter an adult, they just...
And that's why, in the games, that's why, that's why in the game the freaking security guard is being attacked. That's why in the FNAF movie they attacked freaking Mike Smith. They attacked him because he's an adult. They didn't attack Abby though because she's a
There.
Meanwhile, Afton decided to pull the same trick he did at the old Freddy's location, gaining 5 more victims.
Oh my goodness, give it a break, bro.
Yellow one. Someone used it.
Afton used the spring Bonnie suit to
somebody
pull the
kill
same
him.
stunt again on 5 more kids.
Kill him,
but as he was committing the murders, Charlie from inside the puppet was actively trying to save the kids. She tried enlisting the help of the other animatronics, but it was too late. Afton had already finished what he started. Not only that, him seeing the puppet and Freddy walking around the pizzeria trying to stop him was all the proof he needed that his experiment was successful. The kids he put into the original suits were haunting the animatronics. But there was one problem. Afton knew that the haunted metal of the endoskeletons was the key to everything, but the animatronics were trapped at the pizzeria. There was no way he could bring them back to his underground bunker. He couldn't get to the animatronics if the pizzeria was still open and active. So he needed to find a way to make sure the pizzeria shut down and fast. Instead of stuffing the new set of victims into the toy animatronics, he decided to leave the kids out in plain sight, scattered throughout the pizzeria. This was a guaranteed way to get the pizza.
So he killed them kids, left the kids in the restaurant just laying around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5, bro, imagine being the police or the person that clocked in that day and just seeing these kids scattered around, bro. Do you know how terrified that... Oh my... Dog.
Pizzeria shut down.
And look at
a
the
few
blood!
hours after Afton committed the murders, Jeremy Fitzgerald showed up for his night shift, unaware of what happened that day.
Jeremy, you need to get you a phone.
What on earth are you doing there? Didn't you get the memo? The place is closed down, at least for a while. Listen, just finish your shift. It's safer than trying to leave in the middle of the night. We have
Bro, why you ain't called me?
more events scheduled for tomorrow. A birthday. You'll be on day shift. Wear your uniform. Stay close to the animatronics and make sure they don't hurt anyone, okay?
The next day during Jeremy's day shift, one of the animatronics bit him in the head. This was...
Bro, he choked my... Jeremy died? Wait. I ain't gonna lie, Chica could choke me out. I'm not gonna lie, Chica. Bro, she could kill me, Chica.
The next day during Jeremy's day shift, one of the animatronics bit him in the head.
Oh my goodness, yeah, bite me, bite my head, bite me, boy, with them pretty teeth. We could get them fixed. I'll pay for your dental plan. I don't care.
This was infamously known as the Bite of 87. Meanwhile, Afton successfully got the pizzeria shut down.
So it's different people every game. So FNAF 1, the security guard is a different guy, and FNAF 2 is a different guy, right? Is that how it works?
The newspaper wrote about the incident, saying after being open only a few short weeks, Freddy Fazbear's Pizza is closing its doors. The new animatronics will be scrapped due to possible malfunctions. However, the original characters are being kept in hopes of a possible reorganization of the company.
Why?
Since the toy animatronics were now being scrapped, he knew he could get away with taking their endoskeletons. But he also knew that he couldn't risk showing his face at the pizzeria again, so he got his oldest son, Michael, to do the work beforehand.
Michael,
William was
no!
easily able to get Michael to do whatever he wanted. William was abusive and manipulative, while Michael was haunted by the guilt of what he did to his younger brother. Because of this, Michael
going to
basically
hell for
acted
real
as
now,
William's
Michael.
puppet. Michael showed up for the night shift at the now
How did
closed
this
Freddy
keep
Fazbear's
happening?
Pizza
I don't
under
know.
a code name, Fritz Smith. At the end of his shift, he would
Fritz Smith.
successfully steal the toy animatronics
Fritz Smith. Hold on, bro.
under a code name.
Wasn't Fritz the other kid's name? Frito?
Showed up for the night shift at the now closed Freddy Fazbear's Pizza under a code name, Fritz Smith. At the end of his shift, he would successfully steal the toy animatronics endoskeletons for his father, causing him to get fired his first day on the job.
How much you made? How much money he made, y'all? He named his code name Fritz. Like the kid's name his daddy killed and put into an animatronic. Bro, he don't even care about killing the kid. They happy. They playing jokes like that, bro. You know how evil that is? You using a dead person name that you killed him.
Due to tampering with the animatronics. As it said in the local newspaper, while Fazbear Entertainment scrapped the toy animatronics, the original...
They doing this for $20. I'm trying to tell you, I'll become the best drug dealer in the town, boy. But I'll be selling crack. I'll be selling water. But I'll be selling grass. Boy, I'll be selling leaves off the trees, everything, boy. I'd be selling stuff, making money. I'll do so much stuff, boy. I'll be stealing people's door off their house and selling them, bro. I'll do anything other than do this. I'm not gonna lie. The people keep dying here, and yeah, people still want to work here. 420, that still ain't enough.
In the local newspaper, while Fazbear Entertainment scrapped the toy animatronics, the original Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, and Foxy were going to be fixed up and reused. And that's exactly what they did. After the 1987 Freddy's location shut down, they opened yet another location, this time using the exact same building as the first Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. As you can imagine, this didn't work out great for the business. People already had a bad impression of Fazbear Entertainment, so using the same building that the original murders took place in didn't help business. Customers barely showed up to the new pizzeria, leading it to shut down by the end of 1993. Although this was bad news for Fazbear Entertainment, this was great news for William Afton. Afton was able to acquire the endos of the toy animatronics, but that wasn't enough. He needed all of the haunted endoskeletons, especially the ones in the original animatronics. Once the pizzeria shut down, Afton came up with the plan to steal the endos from the animatronics.
Wait! Bro, do y'all see the freaking, like, the Easter egg on the building? Look.
The pizzeria shut down.
We know what, look, it says, we know what happened. Some conspiracy theorists wrote that. They dead too now, you idiot.
When Afton came up with the plan to steal the endos from the animatronics. Each pizzeria was designed with something called a safe room.
As always, if there is ever an emergency, please go to the designated safe room. Every location is built with one extra room that is not included in the digital map layouts programmed into the animatronics or security system.
What? So I'm supposed to know where that at?
This room is hidden to customers, invisible to animatronics, and is always off camera.
This room was hidden from guests and invisible to the animatronics.
What's in there?
Afton would use this to his advantage, luring each of the animatronics to the safe room and dismantling them one by one. The kids possessing these animatronics were the same kids he lured into the back room all those years ago. He planned to use the same trick to lure the same kids.
Bro, leave them kids alone, man. Please just let them go home. What is it? Oh, hey, Bond. Oh, hey, dang, bro. Bro, hey. Bonnie ugly, boy. I love you, though. I love you, Bonnie. I'm not gonna lie, but you... That boy glowing in the dark. That boy got grills in his mouth. Okay. Oh, shoot. Hey, Foxy, how you doing? You good? Hold your verse.
Yo, yo, yo!
Man, if you don't get your... What up, Foxy? OG? Triple OG, what's up, bro? Hey. That boy got them grills and he had them flex on y'all. But he said, Hey, how y'all doing? What up, boy? Yeah, boy say, yeah, clean in it. Yeah. That boy getting paid to kill them grown-ups, boy. Boy. What's going on? Oh, the other two. Oh, the Indo. That's the Indo. Oh, that's Foxy. Hey, Foxy, what's up, bro? Why you ain't got no grills? You paying child support? Is that who I think it is?
Once he finished dismantling each animatronic and stealing their endoskeleton, he brought them down to his underground bunker, where he would melt them all down into one liquid substance called Remnant. Not only did Afton rob these kids of their lives, he would use their souls long after they're gone for his own personal gain.
Man, he gotta die. Somebody gotta kill this dude, bro. Somebody gotta kill, please somebody kill him. Please. Bro, little Timmy don't go. Little Timmy don't trust this man, Timmy. He wants your cheese, he's a dead alert. Timmy, go home. Oh, Lord, no. No, bro. Come on, dog. Dog. You kidnapped them kids just to melt them down. Bro, y'all know what, bro, y'all gotta think about this, dog. This dude is ruthless, bro. He kidnapped these kids just to melt them down, bro. So in the end, he just did this for nothing. And nothing worked out for him. Nothing worked. What did he gain from this? What did bro gain? Nothing. What is this doing for him? Yeah, they did pop up. They cooked. Hey, look, bro. Bro been getting off from killing kids and putting them in the animatronics. You know how weird that is? Damn. Hey, y'all think God gonna have a talk with him? Y'all be real. Y'all think God gonna have a conversation? Or y'all think he's just going straight to hell? Y'all be honest with me. Put your thoughts in the comments. Just tell the truth. Tell me the truth. Yeah. You already know what I think. You know it. You know it. Just drop down.
By melting down the endos, he successfully created
it's a spoiler.
Remnant. This substance, containing the spirits of all of the missing children, was silver in color, and if kept at the right temperature, was malleable. Afton didn't want to risk testing the Remnant on himself, so he injected it into the Funtime animatronics.
Man,
Once he did, the animatronics jumped to life. The experiment had worked. William Afton unlocked the power of life itself. After his successful experiment, he went back to Freddy Fazbear's Pizza to collect his old spring Bonnie suit. But once he got there, he was met with the spirits of the 5 missing children, trapping him inside the safe room. Cassidy, the spirit inside Golden Freddy, chased Afton around the room and forced him to get into the spring Bonnie suit. Cassidy was the most vengeful spirit of them all. Being spring-locked in the Freddy suit was a painful and slow death, and he wanted to make sure that Afton knew what that felt like. At this point, Afton knew how a spirit could live on. As long as he was inside the suit, he knew he'd be back.
Come on, let's bam! Get my boy to 1! Whoa! What happened? What happened? What he about to die? They killed Willie! Big Willie!
As Afton laughed, the spring locks snapped shut, forcing him to go through what Cassidy went through. This was an act of revenge by Cassidy, and it wouldn't be the last. Afton was now confined to the safe room of the now shut down Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, and because of this, everything in his underground bunker was left abandoned. But even with Afton gone, the rental business continued on its own. All of the Funtime animatronics containing the spirits of the missing children and even his daughter Elizabeth were still being rented out during the day and then brought brought right back down to the bunker. All the spirits wanted to do was
Who was
escape,
running
but
it,
they
though?
were always put back underground. After Afton went missing, his eldest son, Michael, who's been blindly helping his father, remembered what his father told him if he ever went missing. If William wasn't there to finish his work, Michael would do it for him.
Oh my goodness, bro. Fam. Bro. Go to college. Go be productive. Bro. Fam, go start a family. You about 45 now. Go start a family. You already killed your brother. You helped kill, bro. Charlie dead too. You could have, low-key, yeah, you could have got together. You and Charlie could have get together. Y'all could have had a child. It could have been an Afton and an Emily child baby together. But now y'all want to, come on, dog. But it just way got me going crazy, boy. That boy pulled a Mike, bro. He pulled a Michael Jordan to Kobe. But y'all ain't hearing me, bro. Instead of killing Charlie, he could have had a little Emily and an Afton baby. Bro, imagine how powerful that kid would have been, bro. Imagine, bro, that kid would have been the potential, bro. Henry's daughter, William's son. Bro, that child would have been powerful. Oh, my good. Bro, y'all, people, you got to see the vision. That child would have been a genius. That boy, yeah, man,
William was doing.
Bro.
Some of the endos from the animatronics back in the day, he never exactly knew what William was doing until he got down into the bunker.
So why you did it? Wait. Oh. Bro. He acting like he Iron Man.
Over the several days he visited the bunker, he learned more about what his father was up to. He learned about the massive facility his father built, complete with multiple rooms conducting fear experiments. He learned the truth behind the Funtime animatronics and how they were actually designed to kidnap kids. And he learned through the voice of Baby exactly how his sister died.
A little girl standing by herself.
Bro,
My
imagine.
stomach opened, and there was ice cream.
You know what I meant, though. The crying child and freaking the crying child and then Charlie, then them two. Put them two together, bro. Bro, even though what I'm saying is, bro, if he would have mixed both bloodlines together, fam, what I'm saying is one of his kids with one of Henry's kids. Boy, fam, bro. Y'all gotta think about what I'm saying. Because think about it. The child would have inherited, when Henry's gone, the child would have inherited everything anyway. Think about that, y'all. The child would have inherited the business. William could have waited until, low-key, bro, he could have had that, I don't know. William's dumb, I'm not gonna lie. He wasn't thinking about the future.
Standing by herself, my stomach opened, and there was ice cream.
And it was your sister. I killed your sister.
Not until she stepped closer.
Yep. But as the week went on, Baby was conducting a plan of her own. A plan to escape the bunker using Michael's body. Elizabeth was no longer the person Michael remembered her as. She was entirely devoted to her father and would do anything to make him proud of her. At the end of the week, all of the Funtime animatronics endos were combining into one animatronic called Ennard. This creature, containing the spirits of the missing kids and Elizabeth, knew they wouldn't be able to escape the bunker looking like an animatronic. They needed a human body to walk around in.
They're trying to get his body! They want his body, like his skin!
You are in the scooping room now.
Oh yeah, you gotta die. I ain't even mad. Go ahead and die.
Foxy has already been here today.
Oh yeah.
Funtime Freddy has already been here today. Laura has already been here today.
Laura, that's a pretty name.
Circus Baby has already been here today.
Oh, crap.
I've been out before, but they always put me back.
Why? I don't know.
They always put us back inside. There's nowhere for us to hide here.
You should have been dead,
There's
but
nowhere
hey.
to go when we look like this. But if we looked like you, then we could hide. If we looked like you, have somewhere to go.
Y'all see her eyes? Look at her eyes coming.
The only hurts for a moment.
Oh no. I know better.
Michael Afton's insides got scooped out and replaced.
Yo, daddy got you killed, you dummy. You died because of your daddy. Shoulda went to college, shoulda had kids, but no, you wanted to follow your daddy's footsteps. Why he didn't move? I don't know. I think he's low-key, I think he's stupid low-key. Bro, how do they even scoop out your intestines? How do they do that?
By Ennard,
I don't
helping
know.
all of the souls to escape the facility. With every passing day
Fam,
after
look.
this happened, Michael looked more
I'm ready.
more like a walking zombie.
Look at
His
him, y'all.
skin was starting to turn
Huh?
purple, and people started to notice. Michael's body was no longer a good disguise for Ennard, so
Bro.
Ennard ejected itself from Michael. But because
Now
the
he
scooper
dead.
was also a remnant injector, when Michael Afton was scooped, he was also injected with remnant. The remnant made it so even after Ennard was gone, he was still able to survive. With
What?
Michael now back in full control of his body, he had a new mission. Although he did, one way or another, successfully free his sister from the underground facility, he also learned about all of his father's terrible misdeeds. His loyalty to his father turned to disgust. It was time for him to end all of this.
What you gonna do?
It's me, Michael. I did it.
Did
I
what?
found it. It was right where you said it would be.
What?
They were all there. They didn't recognize me at first.
Cause you ugly now.
They thought I was you.
You low-key deserve it.
And I found her. I put her back together, just like you asked me to. She's free now. But something is wrong with me.
What's wrong with you?
I should be dead, but I'm not.
Well, kill yourself.
I've been-
Shoot, bro. What you want us to do for you, bro? What can I do but you being ugly and purple? You like dog throw up, bro. What you want me to do? No haircut ain't fixing this. Plastic surgery ain't fixing, bro. There's nothing we can do for you. Do something else. Go.
There is only
Bro,
one thing
do
left
something.
for
Low
me to
key.
do now. I'm going to come find you.
Huh?
I'm going to come find you.
Bro! Nick, leave me alone.
Michael would spend years searching for his father with no luck, until a new ad in the local newspaper caught his attention. Someone decided to open something called Fazbear's Fright, the horror attraction. Local amusement park is getting ready to scare your socks off with a new attraction based on the unsolved mysteries of Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, featuring actual relics from the decades-old pizzeria. This new attraction is guaranteed to bring back your childhood in the worst possible way. As if using the crimes of his father to make a profit wasn't bad enough, they also went back to the old pizzerias and collected any objects they could find to put on display at the attraction. Michael immediately applied for the job of the security guard with the sole intention of burning the place to the ground. When he got there, he saw the remnants of his past, the shells of all of the animatronics, missing every single one of their endoskeletons. He knew they could only find the shells of the animatronics because he and his father stole their endoskeletons all those years ago, leaving only the shells behind. On day 2 of working at the attraction, he got word that they found a real animatronic.
So, FNAF 3, right? This is FNAF 3 or 4. This is FNAF 3, right? This is 3. So, FNAF 3 takes place in the same place as FNAF 1 is what I'm getting. And Michael is the person working at FNAF 3, right? It's Michael, right?
You're not gonna believe this. We found one. A real one.
This real animatronic ended up being his father, still inside the spring Bonnie suit he died in decades ago. Even though his father was now in the building with him, he still decided to go through on his
still
plan,
like a crackhead all these
in an effort
years.
to end his father once and for all. Michael then rigged the wiring in the building to catch fire, burning
Bro,
the
I
horror
ain't
attraction to the ground with his father inside.
I did not mean that for boy. Y'all. I did not mean y'all. I ain't mean that, bro. I did not. I swear. I ain't mean that for real. I did not think bro was gonna burn out, bro. I did not know he was really gonna, bro. Homeboy really burned his daddy up and everybody else. Homeboy said, "Elf, they can die too. I'm ugly now. Everybody can die with me." No, I did not know.
fire, burning the horror attraction to the ground with his father inside.
Daddy, I'm gonna die with ya. Let's do this, Daddy. So what you mean we gonna die together? What you doing, you stupid? Son. Bro. He was real life just living there.
The local newspaper would write about the fire, saying a new local attraction based on an ancient pizzeria chain burned down overnight. Authorities have not ruled out foul play, but at the moment it seems to have been caused by faulty wiring. Although the fire destroyed most of everything in the building, William, miraculously, was able to survive. William was now free, roaming the outside world along with the souls of the missing children, Elizabeth, and Charlie inside the puppet. Since Michael wasn't able to end everything, someone else needed to step in. That someone was Henry Emily. Afton's old business partner and father of Charlie heard about the fire at Fazbear's Fright, along with the rumors of the various animatronic creatures now roaming the streets. Henry was determined to put an end to all of this.
We in it. Everybody dying. Let's do this.
It's only now that I understand the depth of the depravity of this creature, this monster that I unwillingly helped to create. As if what he had already done wasn't enough. He found a new way to desecrate, to humiliate, to destroy. As if the suffering wasn't enough. The loss of innocence, the loss of everything to so many people. Small souls trapped in prisons of my making, now set to new purpose, and used in ways I never thought
that boy did all that,
bro. He lured them all back to a familiar place.
Yeah, I was like, we're here.
He brought them all together. Are they still aware? I hope not. It keeps me awake at night. I could make myself
everything come down to this.
But not yet.
Everything
not
comes down
what
to
he has
this,
done
y'all.
And heal this wound. A wound
It's
first
time.
inflicted on me, but then one that
Kill
I
my
let
daughter,
bleed
I'ma
out
kill you.
Cause all of this. He set some kind of trap. I don't know what it was, but he led them there again. He overpowered them again. And he robbed them of the only thing that they had. Again. I don't know how those tiny breaths of life came to inhabit those machines.
Tiny breaths?
They will never find rest now. Not like this. I have to call them all back. All of them. Together in one place.
By gathering all of the animatronics in one place and locking them in the same room, he would be able to burn them all to the ground for good, effectively freeing their spirits in the process. In order to do this, Henry created a new restaurant called Freddy Fazbear's Pizza Place. He knew that the spirits and William couldn't resist coming back to a new location, even if it was all just a trap. Charlie was different though. She was smarter than the rest, so Henry knew she wouldn't be as easily fooled. So he created an animatronic called Lefty, standing for Lore, Encapsulate, Fuse, Transport, and Extract, specifically to capture the puppet and bring it to the pizzeria, while trying to
Wait, what do you mean?
An animatronic called Lefty, standing for Lore, Encapsulate, Fuse, Transport, and Extract. Specifically to capture the puppet and bring it to the pizzeria. While trying to find someone that would help him carry out his plan, one person showed up for the job. A person who was also determined to finally end all of this. Michael Afton. Day after day, the animatronics roaming the streets would show up in the alleyway next to the pizzeria. Baby, aka Elizabeth, the souls of the missing children, and the crying child, now appearing as Molten Freddy, Charlie and Lefty, and his father, William, all showed up in the back alley. Michael would then collect each animatronic and throw them into a facility under the pizzeria, designed to be a maze with no exit, where the animatronics would roam around without even knowing they're trapped, until the end of the week, where they would all be burned to the ground. With all of the souls, including William himself, now in one place, Henry's plan was in motion. As far as Elizabeth and William were concerned, this was a good thing. All of this remnant now in one place was all that they wanted, until Henry stepped in.
You played right into our hands.
What do you mean?
Did you really think that this job just fell out of the sky for you?
Your daddy killed you.
You're
crazy.
A gift for us.
What?
You gathered them all together in one place, just like he asked you to. All of those little souls in one place, just for us. A gift. Now we can do what we were created to do and be complete. I will make you proud, Daddy. Watch.
Your daddy don't even want you. He never did. Where your mama at, matter of fact?
Connection terminated. I'm sorry to interrupt you, Elizabeth. If you still even remember that name. but I'm afraid you've been misinformed. You are not here to receive a gift, nor have you been called here by the individual you assume, although you have indeed been called. You have all been called here, into a labyrinth of sounds and smells, misdirection, and misfortune. A labyrinth with no exit, a maze with no prize. You don't even realize that you are trapped. Your lust for blood has driven you in endless circles, chasing the cries of children in some unseen chamber, always seeming so near, yet somehow out of reach. But you will never find them. None of you will. This is where your story ends. And to you, my brave volunteer, who somehow found this job listing not intended for you. Although there was a way out planned for you, I have a feeling that's not what you want. I have a feeling that you are right where you want to be. I am remaining as well. I am nearby. This place will not be remembered, and the memory of everything that started this can finally begin to fade away, as the agony of every tragedy should. And to you monsters trapped in the corridors, be still, and give up your spirits. They don't belong to you. For most of you, I believe there is peace, and perhaps more, waiting for you after the smoke clears. Although for one of you, the darkest pit of hell has opened to swallow you whole. So don't keep the devil waiting for a friend.
Yeah!
My daughter, if you can hear me,
that boy,
I knew you would return as well.
Yeah!
It's in your nature to protect.
Yeah!
That day,
yeah!
you were shut out and left to die. No one was there to lift you up into their arms, the way you lifted others into yours. And then, what became of you? I should have known you wouldn't be content to disappear. Not my daughter. I couldn't save you then. So let me save you now. It's time to rest, for you, and for those you have carried in your arms. This ends, for all of us, in communication.
Will he kill himself?
Henry putting fire to the animatronics may have freed the spirits from the
killed
metal of the
himself!
robots, but some of them still needed help actually moving on into the afterlife.
Hold on! Henry killed himself! How you know Michael wanna die too? How you know Michael probably been like, I ain't tell you I wanna die too? What you mean we gon' die? What you mean we gon' die? Oh, Michael was given a chance. Oh, Michael was a walking corpse. Oh yeah, he was ugly. He wasn't getting nobody. He didn't be getting. Wait, doesn't that mean that Emily and Afton bloodlines are? So there's no one living in them bloodlines. So both of their bloodlines are just. See? He did not think ahead. He did not think ahead. Just an idiot. Y'all can't lie. I was cooking, bro. I was cooking. Bro went ahead and just killed.
Help would come from Charlie. She helped guide the spirits into the robots. Now she would help them move on. In the world of Five Nights at Freddy's, the way a spirit can move on is by them being put into a happy memory. The memory Charlie chose actually comes from the crying child and the day he got bit. Piece by piece, Charlie put that terrible, shattered memory back together. But this time, she would change it into a happy memory. Instead of the crying child getting bit on his birthday, Charlie changed it so that all of the missing kids and Charlie would celebrate him, giving him a giant birthday cake. By changing that terrible memory into a happy one and attaching all of the spirits to it, they were able to successfully pass into the afterlife.
Oh my goodness. Bro. Long live the kids, bro. Y'all deserve peace and happiness. Y'all in a better place now. I hope you guys find happiness and peace. You deserve it.
Like I said, they were all able to move on. Except for one.
Who? What is it? Bro. So he just went to hell? What he do? Steal candy? No way. I know better.
Cassidy, the most vengeful spirit of them all, wasn't done yet. He decided to attach his soul to Williams, making sure that William was unable to move on. By attaching his spirit to Williams, he was able to trap Afton in an endless loop of death. He made Afton relive every one of his terrible misdeeds. The fear experiments, his underground bunker, and the pizzeria where Cassidy was killed. Afton
Bro gotta get bite. Bro gotta get killed like he killed Charlie. Bro gotta be put into the animatronic stomach. Bro gotta get stabbed like 6-8 times. Hey, I love it. I love this. Bro is dead. Bro going through he in an endless genjutsu, bro. Bro, Cassidy pulled an Itachi on him. He pulled an Itachi. He said, you know what? I ain't done with you yet. You gonna suffer. I don't care if you in hell. Bro brought him back from hell. Bro, think about that, y'all. He said, no, you ain't dying. Well, come back up. Y'all, he said, get your back up here. I'm not done with you yet. Come here. Come here. I love it. I love this. This is funny. Oh my goodness.
Experienced all of this while being attacked and killed over and over again by all of the animatronics in his past. Every time an animatronic would attack him, Cassidy would be there, reminding him that the suffering will never end.
You ain't never gonna die.
Just begun. I will never let you leave. I
ain't
will
going
never
nowhere.
let you rest.
You cheeks eyes.
To release you. He tried to release us, but I'm not gonna let that happen. I will hold you here. I will keep you here, no matter how many times they burn us.
Yep. Cassidy knew that Afton didn't deserve the afterlife. He deserved to pay for what he's done for all
have no
eternity.
Butt cheek, butt meat gone.
But if you keep up with the franchise, you know that that's not the end of the story. Like I said at the beginning of the video, making a FNAF timeline is not easy, no matter what anyone says. In broad strokes, you can explain the basic plot, but once you get down to the motivations and the why of everything, you have to...
That means Cassidy ain't happy. Cassidy is still stuck on Earth. Cassidy is still stuck on... Dang! Cassidy said, F heaven. I'm going back down. Now he gotta go. I'm about to teach him something. Cassidy went back. What?
Start filling in the blanks yourself. Some people who've helped me fill in the blanks that I'd like to shout out are Right Toast for his theory about Cassidy being spring-locked in Golden Freddy. I think that makes a lot of sense and is really satisfying for the narrative. Also, I'd like to shout out MatPat for his theory about Midnight Motorist. After trying to figure that minigame out for years, I think your explanation makes the most sense. It's important for me to say that no one except for Scott Cawthon himself knows the exact story he was trying to tell. So please make sure to watch other people's timelines as well and come to your own conclusion on everything. And when the time is right, I'll be back to tackle the newer games in this franchise. Until then, make sure to subscribe and thanks for watching.
Dope video, dope video. Alright, fam. If you guys want more FNAF videos, go to subscribe to join the Keep Master family. I love you guys. LeshawnKBM.